Hello friends, let's balance one more net ionic equation for the redox reaction of chlorine heptoxide with hydrogen peroxide to form chloride ion and oxygen. This reaction takes place in basic medium. Let's balance this equation by the ion-electron method or Half Reaction method. The given equation is mentioned. This is the given equation, and this given equation, two changes are there. One is dichlorine heptoxide becomes chloride ion, that we have written here. Dichlorine heptoxide becomes chloride ion. Another change is hydrogen peroxide becomes oxygen. Hydrogen peroxide becomes oxygen. This change, what is that? This one is oxidation. This is oxidation because loss of electron takes place. Oxidation, loss of electron. So this is oxidation, loss of hydrogen. Loss of hydrogen takes place. This is oxidation. So this will be reduction. The opposite, another change will be reduction. Here the oxygen atoms becomes less. In chlorine heptoxide 7 oxygen atoms, here 2 oxygen atoms. Number of oxygen atoms less. So this change is reduction. This change we can write reduction. In reduction, what takes place? Gain of electron takes place. In oxidation, loss of electron takes place. So while we are balancing, we need to make use of this principle, that is loss of electron for oxidation, gain of electron for reduction. Now when we check the first Half reaction, that is the reduction of reaction, Cl2O7, here two chlorine atoms are present at the left hand side, but the right hand side only one chlorine. Therefore this species we need to multiply by 2 times. So when we multiply by 2 times, right hand side, how many oxygen atoms are there? 2 times 2, 4 oxygen atoms only. 2 times 2, 4. But the left hand side, how many oxygen atoms? 7 oxygen atoms. Therefore, what has to be done? 3 moles of water has to be added on the right hand side. In order to balance the oxygen atom, we are adding 3 moles of water on the right hand side. So when we are adding 3 moles of water, now the right hand side, 6 hydrogen atoms are present. 3 times 2, 6 hydrogen atoms. But the left hand side, there's no hydrogen atoms. Therefore, what has to be done? The left hand side, we need to add 6 hydrogen ion. In order to balance the hydrogen atoms on the right hand side, we have added 6 hydrogen ions. Now we can check the charges of the equation. The right hand side, the total charge is -2. This water has no charge. The dichlorate water has no charge. The chloride ion only has a charge, one negative charge, and it has a coefficient 2. Therefore the total charge is -2. So the right hand side, the total charge is -2. But the left hand side, the total charge, the left hand side, the total charge is +6. +6, that is this hydrogen ion it has one positive charge, 6 times are there, therefore plus 6. So the charge left hand side plus 6, but the right hand side minus 2. And this reaction, what is that? In order to balance the charges, we need to make use of the electron. And here this reaction is reduction reaction. In reduction reaction, what takes place? Gain of electron takes place. To remember this, we can use the code word, that is, the code word is oil rig. Oil rig code word, we can remember that. That is, oxidation is loss of electron, reduction is oxidation is loss of electron, reduction is gain of electron. So using this code word, we can remember this reduction, that is gain of electron takes place. So in order to balance the charges, we need to add here the left hand side, we need to add minus 8. If you are adding minus 8 to the left hand side, minus 8 plus 6, minus 8 plus 6, the result will be minus 2, then it will be equal to the right hand side charge. So this minus 8 is nothing but, what is that? Electron. So 8 electron we need to add on the left hand side. Here we need to add 8 electrons. So 8 electrons are added to the left hand side. Now the reduction of reaction, we have balance. Reduction of reaction is balance. Now the next off reaction, that is oxidation of reaction, that we need to balance. Oxidation of reaction, that is hydrogen peroxide becomes oxygen, that is the oxidation reaction. Oxidation of reaction. So the left hand side, 2 hydrogen atoms are there, but the right hand side there's no hydrogen atoms at all. So what we need to do, that we can add 2 moles of hydrogen ions. So 2 moles of hydrogen ions need to be added on the right hand side. 2 moles of hydrogen ions. Now we can check the charges. When we check the left hand side, the charge will be 0. Hydrogen peroxide, it's a neutral compound, there's no charge. Oxygen also neutral compound, there's no charge. Hydrogen ion only has a charge, it has oxygen no charge, it's a neutral substance, neutral element. This hydrogen ion only has a charge, 1 positive charge, and it has, what is that, 2 coefficient, therefore 2 times this plus 1, so the total charge on the right hand side will be plus 2. But the left hand side 0. But this off reaction is oxidation of reaction. Oxidation of reaction, oxidation is, what is that? Oxidation is loss of electron. So the electron we need to add the right hand side in order to balance the charges. So what has to be done? Here we can add, if we are adding 2 that is minus 2, if you are adding minus 2 to the right hand side, then the charges will be equal, 0 on both the sides. Therefore 2 electrons we need to add on the right hand side. So that we are adding now 2 electrons. 2 electrons are added. So now the oxidation of reaction is balanced. Reduction of reaction also, reduction of reaction already we have balance. Now oxidation of reaction, we have balance. Now when we check that the reduction of reaction, how many electrons are gained? 8 electrons are gained. But in the oxidation of reaction, how many electrons are lost? 2 electrons. But as per the rule, how many electrons are lost? The same number of electrons will be gained in the redox reaction. So, the number of electrons gained and the number of electrons lost must be same. So, in order to make the number of electrons equal on both the equation, this second equation, that is the oxidation of reaction, we need to multiply by 4 times. So this equation together, we need to multiply by 4. So when we multiply by 4 times, then electron will become 8 electron. So both the equations, they will have 8 electrons. So that we can do at the next page. So the reduction of reaction, I have already copied. The reduction of reaction, I have noted here. That is 1 mole of chlorine heptoxide, 6 H plus ion and 8 electron, then gives 3 water molecule, 2 chloride ion. Now when we multiply this hydrogen peroxide 4 times hydrogen peroxide, it will become 4 times 4 hydrogen peroxide, then 4O2, 4 times 4O2, 4, then 4 times 2, 8 H plus, then this also 8 electron. That I have already written. 4 H2O2, 4O2, 8 H plus, 8 electron. So this equation we have multiplied with the 4. The previous second equation was multiplied by 4. Now both the equations we can add together. These two reactions we are adding together. Both the equations we are adding. So while we are adding, the same substance on the opposite side can be cancelled. So what are the same substances? Here 8 electron on the right hand side. Here 8 electron on the left hand side. So it will be cancelled. And here H plus ion on the right hand side and here H plus ion on the left hand side. This also can be cancelled. The cancellation is actually we are subtracting this 8 electron minus 8 electron, so 0. Like that we are cancelling this 8 electrons are cancelled. Then the 6 hydrogen ions will be cancelled because 8H minus 8 minus 6, that is equal to 2. So this 6 hydrogen ion will be completely cancelled. Here this 8 will become 2 times. So 2 moles of hydrogen ions. Any other species can we cancel? No, that's all. Remaining the reactants we need to add together. Both the equations, the reactants we need to add together. Both the equations products we need to add together. Accordingly, what are the reactants left out? Cl2O7, that was written here. Then hydrogen ion, electron were cancelled. And the second equation, the reactant, what is left out? 4 moles of hydrogen peroxide. So that we need to write the 4 moles, that is 4 moles of hydrogen peroxide. 4 moles of hydrogen peroxide. Now the right hand side, what substances are left out? 2 ClO2 minus 3 water at the first equation. So first 2 ClO2 minus, so this 2 times ClO2 minus, then here what's that? 4 times O2, 4 times O2, therefore we can multiply this oxygen by 4 times, 4 times. Then what else left out? 3 moles of water, 3 moles of water we need to write on the right hand side, 3 moles of water. Then what else left out? Here this hydrogen ion, 2 moles are present, 2 moles of hydrogen ion, so that also we need to add on the right hand side, 2 moles of hydrogen ion. And here it is given in the question, this reaction takes place in basic medium. If the reaction takes place in basic medium, after the addition of the two off reactions, if we have hydrogen ions at the resultant equation, then we need to add hydroxide ions. We need to add hydroxide ions on the left hand side, on both the sides of the equation. If H plus ions are present on the resultant equation, which is obtained by the addition of both the off reactions, then we need to add hydroxide ions on both the sides of the equations. So that we can work out at the next page. So I have already copied the equation, that is Cl2O7 plus 4 moles of hydrogen peroxide gives 2 ClO2 minus plus 4 O2 plus 3 H2O plus 2 H plus. So here this 2 H plus, that is this equation only I have noted on the next page, this equation Cl2O7 4 H2O2 2 ClO2 minus plus 4 O2 plus 3 H2O plus 2 H plus. This only I have written here, the same step. Here what is that? 2 H plus is there, therefore to this equation we need to add hydroxide ions on both the sides of the equation. Therefore here 2 moles of hydroxide ions I am adding, 2 OH minus ions. Same way this side also I need to add, both the sides we need to add 2 moles of hydroxide ions. So after adding that, what it will become, what is that? This 2H plus and 2 OH minus will become 2 moles of water. 2 moles of water. Already here 3 moles of water is present on the right hand side. Now after the addition of 2 moles of hydroxide ion, we have got 2 moles of water. So this 2 moles of water we need to add with the 3 moles of water. So the number of moles of water will become 5 moles of water. That I have written, that we need to write here, 5 moles of water. And this 2OH, this 2OH minus also we need to write it here. I am writing now, plus 2 moles of OH minus ions. So now the equation is balanced. The balance equation is 2 moles of hydroxide ions plus 1 mole of dichlorine heptoxide plus 4 moles of hydrogen peroxide gives 2 moles of chloride ion plus 4 moles of oxygen and 5 moles of water. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, comment and share.